Welcome back to the Lyric Court Live Show. You're listening to you're listening or watching to the best live show on the internet from the best podcast company on the internet. This is the second take we've had to do with this, even though there is no takes when you are on a live stream. But somebody doesn't understand that when it comes to this stuff.
Well, you know, when you can't hear me or see me, it doesn't fucking matter.
The thing is, Brad, how many times have I been through the same thing you just went through?
It's true, but I'm not you. I get angry and I throw tantrums.
I get worse, man. I think you've noticed that.
Whoa now.
Oh,
Hello there.
what the heck?
Hello there. Oh, okay.
What the hell just happened?
Oh, nice mic.
Thanks, man. I got it on sale. It was at Target.
Target.
It was on sale. I can get
It was
it
on
at Target.
sale at Target.
I got it at Target. Here, is the camera better now?
Yeah, there you go.
All
There you
right,
go.
yeah. Because I'm not sitting on my regular chair. Because I'm way too down on.
Oh,
the ground.
dude, show me that solo thing behind you. What is that?
Hold
Is that
on,
a solo?
hold on.
Is that a solo cup?
No, it's way too big to be a solo club. I'd be really worried about anybody who would drink out of that thing. So here, let me
Red
change to my
solo
view.
cup.
Let me change to my view. Look, this is what Brad's talking about. It's a popcorn bucket, okay?
Ooh.
Yes.
Fancy.
I currently have my puzzle pieces in here because I'm doing a puzzle.
Yeah, I saw that. You were like cursing it.
Yeah, I just fucking terrible. Like, if anything, I probably want to do a Twitch stream of just me doing the puzzle because that's gonna be like 24 hours, man.
Hey man, I've done Twitch streams of Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune. Can't be any worse than that.
Yeah, we just played. We just got off the well, we didn't just get off because it's been a while already, but we did a nice little stream of Fallout 76. Yeah. We just did Fallout 76, and I was playing with Bryce, and we were on the Nerdcore channel playing that.
Did it crash?
No. Oddly enough, no. There was one time where I got laggy, but I think that was because of the stream and everything like that. But other than that, it was actually not as bad as I thought.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, we had one viewer just come in, and they followed us because I don't know what the hell. Their name was Isaiah, I think, and it was like, "You want to play Fallout later? Like, do you want to play Fortnite?" And I'm like, "God, I don't play with people I don't know."
I don't know you.
Oh, no,
That's my purse.
But hey, I thank them for stopping by the stream because I
Just turns into Bobby Hill. That's my purse. Stranger danger.
danger.
Stranger. I don't know you.
Once again, why is this unlisted? It has to be up on public. Jesus, man. I hate how YouTube works sometimes. You know what? I feel like we're just going to switch this over to Twitch from now on, man.
Twitch.
Honestly, next one is going to be only on Twitch, man. Because I'm tired of this.
Okay. Okay.
And we'll put the video format on YouTube, and then we'll put the audio version on Anchor. But I wanted to say, you're probably wondering, well, patrons are probably going to wonder, like, why isn't there a pre-show? There's no more pre-shows, guys. They're just, if we can barely take this amount of time to get ready for a regular show, it's not going to be enough for a live show, for the pre-show. Plus, to be honest, I felt like nobody was watching the pre-shows.
You might as well just go right into the live show.
Yeah, just might as well go straight into the live show. Yeah. We actually have some stuff to talk about today. Possibly some first impressions from True Detective Season 3. I had put down here for The Punisher Season 2, but I have not watched The Punisher Season 2.
Wait a minute. Punisher Season 2, when's that come out?
It's already out, dude. It's been out since last night.
The fuck? You didn't tell me that? That shit I would have watched.
What are you telling me?
Well, no, I wouldn't have because my internet was shit. Fuck you, Cox.
This is the company that...
I tried, me and Brenda, we sat down and we were really enjoying The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
And then because we were on Amazon, the HBO.
Yeah.
And then we get this circle that kept going. And I'm just like, motherfucking fuck shit. And it's like 10 at night. I'm already kind of sleepy. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Fuck you, Cox. Fuck you, internet. Fuck you, world.
How'd you like The Shape of Water?
It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Del Toro, I don't know, like all his colors are just more beautiful than any other movies ever made.
Vibrant. It's everything I could ever want.
And even her green fucking sweater. It's just like, that's like the most beautiful fucking green I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great movie, dude. And
it was starting out really well, and then we got like 30 minutes to it. My internet just went like this, and I'm like, oh, fuck you too.
Oh, great. Yeah. So that hopefully by the next live show you'll have finished the movie so you can talk about it. Give you like a full review.
Well, at least now it looks like we're sounding good, so maybe that's what's been pissing me off all week.
Yeah. No, it had to be the internet, but I told you it's not my fault.
But it generally is your internet, though. Let's just throw that out there. We knew it kind of wasn't once you got back to Houston, but
I knew it wasn't when we were doing the Gamer Core, and Ashley sounded perfect, and you were still sounding terrible. And
that's what I kind of chalked up to, and this was my mistake because I was downloading that stupid blackjack game on my Switch, so I thought it was that racist piece of shit.
It doesn't like Cajuns, right?
No, it doesn't like Colombians or.
Oh, that's a racist piece of shit game, dude.
Or the African one. It has like voodoo bones and shit. I'm just like, who the fuck made this? Like
fucking racist ass fucking
old
games,
racist ass motherfuckers.
You sent me a screenshot of that shit where they're in Colombia, and it looks like the most. Oh, it has like cocaine on the pool table and shit.
But the boxes say sugar. Like, yeah, really.
Yeah, come on, man. It's so fucking terrible, man.
I mean, it plays like a pretty good blackjack game, but I mean, it's a blackjack game, so it's not like anything spectacular. Yeah. Oh. But the Japanese setting, it's like it's got the little cats and shit.
Yeah.
Why my balls keep on vibrating? Oh, phone.
Oh my, Brad, come on, dude. No need for that.
Nah, man.
Nobody's watching because nobody understands that the fucking stream didn't end. whatever, you know. Generally, people listen to the audio version of this more.
Well, yeah, because we're a podcast.
Yeah. So I don't mind, you know. We'll get our listens on audio because that's generally where people are finding these episodes. So it's whatever.
So if you're watching this on YouTube or really don't give a shit, go listen to the podcast.
Yeah, please go listen to the podcast. In 2 weeks when we do the next live show, it's all going back. It's all going to Twitch. I am done dealing with YouTube shit here. We're going straight to Twitch.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds better to me. Yeah, sounds good to me, dude. We're gonna move over to Twitch and then.
I mean, you can always post it to YouTube, but
the video format will just go on YouTube, if anything. Yeah. And I had an idea, and I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of generally wondering what we can do on YouTube, and I started to think, well, how about we start putting video formats of this podcast, and we instead of what's it called? Nerdy Chicano and Gamer Core. How about we stream those only for the patrons, because they'll get it first, obviously. So that'll go unlisted, and it'll be that one day when they get it early, they get the video format and they get the audio format, and then we upload the video format to YouTube, and we have an audio version of the show.
I mean, it works for me.
Works for you? And then we would do like the review versions of the Nerdcore podcast that will go on a video format the day after.
I think as long as the internet's fine on both sides, we're cool.
Yeah. So like, here's the way it'll go. Gamercore, Nerdy Chicano show. I'll talk to the weebs if they want to do this too, but if they can't, then I understand. Will be streamed to Twitch. No, I'm sorry, streamed. Shit, this is where it gets confusing, man. Streamed for patrons only. So we'll be on YouTube. We'll stream that to YouTube under Unlisted. All the patrons will get a link to that. And then the day when the show releases on audio, which would generally be the day after the day that patrons get it, you get the video format on YouTube as well. So then for Nerdcore, the video format would be pre-recorded. So it would only be for the Tuesday, for the Tuesday episode and the Thursday and the Saturday episodes, which would be the themed review and the regular reviews of the month. How does that sound? So we can start putting something on YouTube, because I feel like that's just laying there now.
Well, YouTube's kind of like our Facebook. It's kind of like our redheaded stepchild.
Basically, dude. Basically, yeah. So that's an idea that I have, and we're probably gonna start it. We're gonna try it out next week. If it's a little bit too complicated, then we'll just have to get back to the normal way of things. We're just podcast. Patrons get it a day early. We put it up the day after. Live shows are only for video formats, and then we'll find something to do on YouTube. But I mean, things will generally start getting more active on YouTube when Game of Thrones season comes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Once April starts, we start doing episode reviews every day, every episode. We started doing some nice little, videos. We started doing like some like top 10 swordsmen of Game of Thrones, top 10 episodes, and all that type of stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you. Yeah. We actually got some stuff to do today, man. It's probably going to be a short one since we don't actually have a guest. And also, we are recording the first episode of Mexi Gamers for the Patreon supporters on the exclusive Patreon tier. For the $10 tier, we're recording tonight that with Ashley and a guest. But since we don't actually have a guest today, it's gonna be a short live show.
Yeah, all our nerdcore is dipped.
What's up?
All our nerdcore is cast dipped.
Yeah, everybody fucking dipped, dude. Everybody else is having nice times going out and having a good time with their friends. And we're just
here you are podcasting with me.
Here I'm podcasting with you. It's okay, man. You sacrifice shit so you can grind this out, man.
Grind to shine.
Yeah, and we just booked the first guest for the Impaired Files. We'll be recording on February 2nd, so should be out the week.
Oh, new show?
Yeah, that's the interview show.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Oh, things are lining up, guys. Things are lining up. So, what do you want to do first? We want to do one news section, or do you want to do a segment for the True Detective?
Let's do the news.
Let's do one news?
Everybody loves the news.
Everybody loves the news. All right, so our wonderful, wonderful source, as always, Daniel RPK, which I'm always finding this stuff because he's honestly one of the most trustworthy out there. Daniel RPK on Twitter said this: "Not a huge surprise, but when I hear Gambit and Dr. Doom are officially dead, all right, that we knew already." And then he says this about X-Force: "As for X-Force, it's not officially, quote unquote, dead, but they only have 2 months to start filming, and start filming it, and that's not gonna happen. So, not happening, not with Fox anyway."
Well, I mean,
hold up, there's more.
Oh.
New Mutants will be the last X-Men universe movie for Fox, and Dark Phoenix, the last one coming from the main series. Oh, good God. All right, well, we've already talked about the Dark Phoenix stuff and the New Mutants. Everybody knows our thoughts. I said to put it on Hulu. Let it be a Hulu original film for Dark Phoenix, and that's it.
New Mutants, straight to the trash.
Yeah, New Mutants, whatever. Fucking Dark Phoenix, give that a theatrical release. I mean, that's what that verse at least deserves, that universe deserves. Because, I mean, really, X-Men were some of the first, like, team-centric universe films to come out of Marvel. So at least show it the respect it deserves, but at the same time, just let it tank.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch it, but it's not, like, on my top 10 to see list of this year for sure.
It's not even booked for an episode review. So I'm gonna be honest. If you guys are expecting us to give you a Dark Phoenix review, it's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Quite.
We might come in one day and say that sucked, but other than that,
yeah. like an update. Honestly, is probably what's gonna happen about this. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, I watched I watched Dark Phoenix. I thought it sucked, and that's it. That will be everything you hear from us about this movie.
Unless it's as bad as Venom.
Oh, if it's as bad as Venom, I'm just not gonna shut up about it, right?
This is gonna be a running joke.
Yeah, that's gonna be a running joke. And at least this podcast is better than Venom. You know?
Even when I dip.
Oh yeah, even when you dip, Brad. Even when you dip. All right. So, as for X-Force, that is something I've been interested in because they said the same thing about Deadpool 3. You know, typically X-Force is what we're supposed to be getting next, but I don't think anybody expected the deal to be going this fast. You know.
Well, and I can't see them like killing off this Deadpool series. I mean, I get it's rated R, but I can't see them killing it off because it's cheap movies that make a ton of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't quote unquote fit into a Disney centric kind of thing, but at the same time, it's profitable. Yeah. And you know, Disney, they like the green.
Yeah. I don't have the official numbers of what Once Upon a Deadpool did, but typically hearing from what people were seeing, I mean, they seem to have enjoyed a little bit of it, but I don't think Bob Iger will go for PG-13. I think he wants to go for R because he sees that the money is there for R.
Yeah, money is totally there for R. Let's face it, they've had two of the biggest R-rated movies ever.
Yeah.
In Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I really want to see X-Force, and I do honestly think that it's probably not going to happen with Disney for a while.
But you did see the X-Force for like a good, solid 15 minutes.
Shut up. Shut up. I was so excited, like, yes, we're going to get X-Force. We're going to see a little bit of a team up. And then in the next episode, in the next movie, we're actually going to get an X-Force movie. And then, yeah, that's what you guys did with X-Force. Just kill them all. Oh, my God. Spoilers for Deadpool 2, just by the way. I mean, this is live.
Little late, but
yeah, it's a little late. But look, man, X-Force. I think it happens later on. Once they actually introduce Deadpool into this MCU thing, I think we finally do get an X-Force movie. But in the meantime, dude, I think that Kevin Feige and everybody over there at the MCU is full on the X-Men and Fantastic Four to introduce them.
Well, yeah, they want to bring them into their whole Marvel universe, especially since more than likely Captain America's going away, Iron Man's going away, Thor is probably going away here soon. So they're not going to have these shows that they've had forever be there. So they need room for something.
Yeah. I agree with you, dude. And it's definitely one to keep your eye on because, at least for me, I want to see a good X-Force. I mean, I want to see a good X-Men movie. It's about damn time we do see one.
Yeah, a good X-Men movie and a good Fantastic Four, finally.
Yeah. It's about damn time we see one of those, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, so if X-Force and Deadpool 3 are officially dead over at Fox, then so be it. Disney will probably revive it once X-Men and Fantastic Four are actually introduced into the universe.
Yep. And yeah, hopefully we get Deadpool 3 news here soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, dude. But let's be honest, the last Fox movie will be New Mutants, and that's it.
Straight to the trash.
By the way, guys, that is not getting a single review or anything from us. That does not. Chances are I'm not seeing it.
Nope.
Unless
it's on Netflix. I might watch it on Netflix just to see how bad it is.
Or the dollar theater, to be honest. I probably go to my dollar theater.
Yeah, $5 Wednesday.
Nah, not even $5. That $5 Tuesday is for Dark Phoenix. The dollar theater is for New Mutants. Because, look, the fact that we haven't heard shit about this movie, nobody has visited the set of this movie, has something to say about this, man.
Yeah, and the rewrites. And the reshoots.
That's the one that I'm
interested in. And
interested.
just a fucking terrible trailer that I hated.
That was the one I was interested to find out how much they spent on the production budget, because that went over reshoots as well.
Yeah. But I want to know who brought up the hey, let's have a horror movie based with the X-Men. Like,
I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's just that the way they want to execute it, it just doesn't work for me. Especially this late into the X-Men universe.
I mean, because there are some X-Men you could totally have a horror movie with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Nightcrawler, 100%.
Exactly, like a Nightcrawler horror movie, you could totally do that.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see a Nightcrawler. I mean, look, they had projects for Silver Surfer, Doctor Doom, and Kitty Pryde. Those were three movies that I was actually interested in them doing because those are three characters that I feel that are really, really important in the X-Men and Fantastic Four lore.
Do you understand how excited I got to see the motherfucking Juggernaut on Deadpool 2?
Yeah, because the last time we saw him on the Last Stand, X-Men 3, that was terrible.
Oh no, I try to forget that now.
Alex is a defender of the Last Stand. He said it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And I'm like, oh no, bro, it's as bad. Yeah, but then again,
he's also excited for New Mutants, so.
Yeah, he's excited about New Mutants. He seems to enjoy the trailer for Dark Phoenix, but then again, Alex is less critical than I am, to say the least.
Unless you're talking about Cat in the Hat.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just a good new episode of Bad Movie Club is up, by the way. I haven't listened to it.
I haven't either.
I'm probably gonna get to it tonight, but nothing beats the Cat in the Hat episode, to be honest.
If you have a good first episode, at least that's it.
Yeah, man, because I love it, man. It's just so hilarious what he was saying on that vibe. Like, if there was any ounce of story, then I would tell you all, but there is no story in this. Oh my god, it's almost as good as your And if you wanna if you wanna do hookers and do blow, if you wanna kill hookers and do blow, pick up GTA 5.
Man, I was on some other shit that night.
Yeah. Brad, what the hell is going on with your lighting right now?
It's called the sun.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right.
I'm glowing.
You're glowing. Hashtag glow up. You wearing a Rick and Morty shirt?
Oh, yeah. Booyah.
Yeah, I had a Deadpool shirt on, the one that I got with my loot crate.
Mm-hmm.
But I spilled some tea over it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck.
Wait, that's not your taco one, though, right?
That's the taco one, yeah.
Oh, that's the taco one?
Yeah, I like that one. It fit really nice and it would look cool. I was ready to show it off, but I was eating my my sandwich and then just drinking the tea and then, so I put on my my Throne shirt from yesterday. It's all right. I'm not leaving the room. So some of y'all were like, "You're using the same shirt again?"
Yeah, that's what you do when you don't leave the fucking house.
Yeah. Honestly, right after this, I'm just gonna get ready for Mexi Gamers, and I'm gonna watch the last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones season 4 that we have to do.
So what are y'all discussing on that? Because I never got the concept. So just kind of give me a run through what you're discussing tonight.
The concept basically is fuck you. I make whatever show I want. All right.
That's usually what our whole concept is for this whole thing.
I'm playing around. It's basically a podcast where we celebrate the Latino culture. And we also talk about shit we're into. And basically, Ashley's and I's show to just kick back, relax, talk about our culture. And also, talk about things that are going on. And
Okay, so it's kind of like the Nerdy Chicano show, but different perspective in a way.
Kinda. The Nerdy Chicano show is very different now. Very different. The Nerdy Chicano show is basically Luis and I just hanging out and talking. Ashley's is like we're actually getting down to talking about life and the culture, things inside the culture. Like one of the episodes I have planned, we're gonna be reviewing One Day at a Time season 3. This iteration of the show is concentrating on the Cuban family. So we're going to review that show, but I also want to talk about, some of the problems that they bring up that face the community and stuff. As I feel with the Nerdy Chicano, it's just the show where you get to know me a little bit more personally and what I do day by day. And Luis, we hear about his love life like every single episode.
Arriba.
Yeah. Like the Nerdy Chicano show is definitely not what it was when I first premiered it on Twitch. basically the Nerd Chicano show was just honestly the Nerdcore reviews. It was
well, because that's what you always said, that the Nerdy Chicano show was supposed to be what the Nerdcores was.
yes,
But all the stuff happened with Luis at the beginning there,
Yeah.
and I kind of just walked in, and then
Yeah.
we are what we are.
basically what you're listening to right now on the Nerdy Chicano show, what you've listened to, is exactly what it was gonna. If you go back to listen to that first episode, it's literally what it was gonna be. So we kind of sidetracked that show and just made it into what it was originally gonna be. Now the Nerdcore podcast can actually be, news, reviews, discussions, make it a little bit more structured. Nerd Chicano show, there is no structure. Like we talk about whatever the fuck we want. We just asked Luis at the end, in the beginning, before we go, like, what are we gonna discuss today? Like main thing. And it's like, oh, I said Spidey and some GOT. And then we were just like, okay, cool, let's just shoot the shit.
Well, we learned on like my first few episodes that we really needed structure.
Oh, 100%.
Or it just wouldn't work.
No, I definitely don't think that it was gonna work without some form of structure, because you were going off the walls and I was like, and
You're trying to bring it back and just.
I was trying to bring it
put
back. By the way, I knew it wasn't gonna work, and I love Luis with all my heart, man. And if you're listening to this, bro, look, when I brought you the structure for the news of episode 2, and you told me you didn't know which some of these directors were, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. So I'm glad that we have the Nerd Chicano where we can explore what we wanted originally to do for the show. But now I can actually build this other show to be what, like, the news entertainment, kind of telling the audience about, like, oh, like, this is the stuff that's going on in the movie world, and also review movies that are coming out.
Or also review classic movies.
Yeah.
That's another big thing we do.
Yeah, Luis says that he would never be able to do that show because he doesn't watch classic movies and doesn't want to.
That's
and it's fine. 100%.
That's fine.
It's fine.
That's what he likes. So
Yeah.
I mean, and I like going to the older movies just because sometimes I think they're stylistically better than the new stuff, other than Del Toro's, which just fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and like, I was surprised that people are going back to listen to those, like, classic film month, 60s. I mean, no, I'm sorry, not 70s, 80s, and 90s. 70s, 80s month. I'm really surprised that people are going back to watch it.
And if you think about it, from what I've been reading, a lot of the big podcasts, they're either history podcast or horror podcast or true crime podcast. So it makes sense, that they'd want to hear about the old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly kind of just, I feel like the way I see year one was just basically starting this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Year 2 was building more shows, and I don't know what year 3 will be because we're not there yet, but year 2 is basically, I want to build more shows and kind of start the Twitch streaming and start a Twitch stream team.
Well, it sounds like year 3 is going to be our video year, where we
100%.
keep adding to that portion, because I think we got the podcast thing down.
Oh, 100%.
We'll add a few shows here and there, work with other people like Thad, but podcast thing I think we got down.
Yeah, I think that
now
year 3
just
is
moving
definitely
into video.
Year 3 is going to be video for sure. Year 3 is going to be how to make videos for the YouTube channel and basically diverge our attention there, because we have put in a lot of attention to the podcast audio version of this, which I think has been doing great, but we are kind of like ignoring YouTube right now. But I feel like that's definitely what year 3 is going to be.
Yeah.
A lot of things came out of, year 2 hasn't even ended and we got sponsorships. So, that was something that was,
that was on shout out to Anchor for that, because they did the legwork on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, I didn't think it'd be that soon.
Yeah. And honestly, man, I have Kayla from Let the Right Films In as a possible guest for that interview show. If they haven't switched to Anchor, they're missing out, because all the episodes they have, they could be getting money from that shit. Like,
yeah, and our views, like, and it came like right after our sponsorship. Like, our views just took off.
Yeah.
Or listens in this case.
So I didn't check that my mixer fell out. What was the last thing that I said?
What did you? All right, just reiterate in I guess quick form what you said.
I said that if you're paying for hosting to podcasts, then you're kind of doing it wrong now because Anchor has revolutionized the podcast game.
Anchor, because they take a portion, I guess, of your sponsorship that you get, but at the same time, like they give you a sponsorship. Yeah. I mean, be it Anchor, be it someone else.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's just. I don't know what the hell we'd be doing without I wouldn't be podcasting without Anchor.
No, and that's kind of what I reiterated. I mean, back in the days when I was doing Till, I think podcasting would have been huge, but it would have been so much legwork because Anchor just kind of streamlined it.
Yeah. Yeah, Anchor streamlined it, and I'm glad that when we started the podcast, Anchor was when it popped off like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we are going to be setting up a giveaway soon for the what's it called? I feel like I say this too much, but for the
that's good for the 25,000 lessons, because
yeah, we're gonna have to extend it now when we get to 25,000. But it's gonna happen, and then we're gonna be here like shit. We don't have anything finished. But I ordered the pins; those are gonna be coming in, and then we should be getting in some stickers. So I want to put in those two at least for the package. Remember, right now what we have are 2 movie codes for Avengers Infinity War and Star Wars, Spider-Man Homecoming. So if you want those 2 movies, there will be details soon. Probably going to put another copy of Jupiter Jet Volume 1 just because Ashley and Jason are just great people. Yeah. So, we're going to put some good stuff in there, guys. So, just give us some time. We're trying to set it up, and I'm probably going to go to my local Target and see if we can find some good Funko Pops, but technically speaking, we haven't given up on the giveaway. The giveaway is still going on. It's just that we're trying to find out what stuff we can add in there because we really want to make this one special for y'all.
Yeah, and figure out when to do it at because these listens just. I mean, every time we're going to do a 10,000, and it's like it's gone. It's like okay.
Yeah, it's like we're very far from 10,000 now, and we're like, shit. I feel bad because I haven't really. I thought it was gonna stay like that for a while, so I was like, okay, cool, guys. So like we're still at 10,000. Let me just get settled with this giveaway, and then we just went like that. And I'm like, oh fuck, man. Now I don't know what to do.
Yeah, now it's over 22,000 listens. We just hit that today. So
yeah, it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. But I mean, once again, if you're not on Anchor and you're a creator and want to get into podcasting, which judging by the amount of Twitter people I'm following, some of y'all would really be good at this. So you guys could be definitely talk about these stories that you're sharing all the time on Twitter and actually get paid for them.
And Anchor, I mean, it already throws it out on 12 different platforms.
Oh,
so
yeah. You're on the ones that matter.
On, Anchor probably already throws it out on there.
Yeah. You're on the platforms that matter, man. iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and Anchor. That's it. It's honestly the 5 that you need.
And whatever one's listening to us.
Yeah, whatever internationally from Oman and the Middle East. Shout out to the Middle East, man. Shout out to the Middle East. Thank you. Player FM, whatever that thing is that put us on, man. Y'all are lifesavers. So shout out to the Middle East and India and all that.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Like I said, I'm going to learn how to say pledge to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/nerdcore in Arabic or Indian. So, yeah. Or thank you. I think of Luis said sharak or something like that. It's apparently like thank you in Syrian or something. I don't know, but whatever it was, I'm gonna learn how to speak the language so that way I can plug stuff in for you guys. Oh my god! So podcast dog. Let's go ahead and go into like a nice little segment that I want to do here because the first 2 episodes premiered last week. This week we're gonna get the next one, which this is kind of like we were doing with Westworld for a bit. It's just that after a certain episode, we lost track with the episodes of Westworld. So I'm glad that Brad and I are on the same level right now, that we're catching up on True Detective Season 3. So he and I can actually give a first impressions from these first 2 episodes because we were actually caught up. And it's not like Westworld where like I was caught up and Brad was like, oh, I have one more episode to do. Hold up, man. Let's do the review tomorrow. So here it is. first impressions of True Detective Season 3. If you don't want to listen to this because you haven't watched True Detective Season 3, don't worry. We're going to keep it spoiler free. Spoiler free. Don't worry. No spoilers from here. But I will warn you, when we get to the actual spoiler review later on when the show is ended, that will have spoilers. But for right now, we're keeping it spoiler free, so don't worry about it. The first 2 episodes premiered last Sunday, along with a teaser for Game of Thrones Season 8, which we have literally come to the conclusion that it means absolutely nothing. So, Brad, I want to ask you first, initial thoughts. What did you think about the first 2 episodes of True Detective Season 3?
Well, so I've watched both the first season of this show and the second season, so I have stuff to compare it to. Off the first season, to me, True Detective Season 3 is slower starting.
Yeah.
So it is slower than Season 1. But compared to Season 2, my God, what a freaking update.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to go get him water. I forgot to get a water.
Okay. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. So the first episode, Season 3, really starts out well. I mean, it really gets you back into what this whole show is about, and that's about cold cases. And the second episode is a slow burner, as Raul had mentioned before on previous podcasts. Very much a slow burner, but I think it's necessary because I think it's going to be a jump-off point to more action that's coming on in future episodes. I hope. That's the way I hope anyway. Hopefully it doesn't devolve into what the second season was, which was a mess of a story that you couldn't really follow, and it was just boring in a way.
Also not as casted as well as it should have been.
No, because, I mean, the first season, Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey, I mean, that should be a show where just chaos takes hold and shouldn't, be as good as it was. But their relationship through that whole thing, it was amazing.
Yeah. 100%, dude. I'm basically going to mimic what Brad said. I really, really enjoyed the first episode. I thought that one hooked me. That first episode was near perfect for me. The second one is a big slow burner.
Like I said, I think it's a jump-off point. And this is, and like Game of Thrones Season 4 that we got into on Twitter, that's how I feel Season 4 is on Game of Thrones. It's a jump-off point to all the other seasons.
Yeah, I feel like that, but this one has more interesting. I mean, I have never watched Season 1 or Season 2 of True Detective. After I finish Season 3, I'm probably going to get into Season 1. But if we're being honest, man, I find this season a lot more interesting because I've seen what Mahershala Ali can do. And when I saw him in that first episode, I was like, "Oh, I'm into this." He is absolutely well casted in this movie, in this show.
Yes, and my question is, I mean, how is he? Because the best part of True Detective Season 1 was that how Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey worked together. Mm-hmm. So I'm still kind of seeing, because it seems like Ali and his partner, I mean, the other cop.
I can't remember that actor's name, but I recognize him so bad.
He looks like Billy Bob Thornton, but he's not Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. Here, I'll find it out for us, but...
Okay, so if that relationship is just as good as the one in the first season, I think the show's going to do well. Or if Ali has to carry the show by himself, it might not be as good as the first season, but I don't think it's going to fall short.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have the new episode. It'll be coming out, and of course I'm going to watch it. But, I mean, it's really what I've seen from people, what they love about True Detective is those dynamics, and I think if these two can really bring it, which I feel like they already are, then this season is going to be fine.
I can't spoil the second season because it's spoiler free, so I won't even talk about it. But it's just the dialogue and near the end of the second episode, the dialogue when they had that one guy in the car, in the back of the car. Mm-hmm. I thought that was awesome dialogue. I was just like, oh, that's the best. Shit.
I mean, just because I've never watched Season 1, I've seen that one amazing one take from Season 1. I mean, that is one of the best. That is testament to what Famuyiwa can make. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hold on, man. I have here Scott McNairy. Damn it. How did we not know this? That's Scott McNairy, man. That is him, is he? Hold up. Main cast. Oh, I'm sorry, not Scott McNairy. Scott McNairy is the boy, the father, the father.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Carmen, no, Carmen. Steven Dorff.
Stephen Dorff. That sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but it sounds familiar.
Scott McNairy is the father. Ray Fisher, Cyborg, is the son of Mahershala Ali.
Oh, that's why it looks so damn familiar. But he has the mustache.
Yeah, yeah. He looks badass though, dude.
Yeah.
Scoot McNairy, man. I can't remember what the hell he did, but oh, he was in 12 Years a Slave. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Monsters, Argo, right? Killing Them Softly, 12 Years a Slave, Frank, Gone Girl, and Batman v Superman.
He's in Batman v Superman?
Who did he play in Batman v Superman? What the hell? What did he do? He played Wallace Keefe. Who's Wallace Keefe? Was
now
that the...
I just rewatched that too. I can't remember that character.
Yeah, hold on. Wallace Keefe. Was that the one of the people that were there with? Oh, wasn't that one of the guys who was working at the Daily Planet?
Could have been.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was. Yeah, he's gonna be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was in Destroyer, and yeah, he's in Destroyer, and he was in. He's gonna be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. As for TV, Scoot McNairy's been in How I Met Your Mother, Bones, The Shield, My Name is Earl, CSI. Anything recently? Fargo, Godless, Narcos Mexico. Oh, that's right. He was Agent Walt Breslin, the narrator. Oh, he's the guy from the end of the season, yes. And then he's in True Detective this season. Yeah. He's also done some producing work here too. Yeah, so I like him, the father, in this. I see how anxious and how worried he is.
Well, all these characters in the show, I really haven't found one that's like hasn't brought it yet.
Yeah.
They've all been really good on screen.
Yeah. So, typically speaking, right now my first impressions that I love the look of the show. I like the story right now. And I think that for me starting off with this season, I think that I made the right decision.
Yeah, I'm hoping it keeps up the way it's been going, with a more action kind of oriented as it continues, which I'm sure it will because that's how the first season went. You really got action oriented in the last episodes of that, so that's what I'm feeling this is building up to. So I think they've gone back to what made the first season work. Yeah. Kind of cut out all the fat of the second season, and now we got this third season with great acting and a great story, and hopefully by the end of it, a great show.
Yeah. So I feel like you and I probably have different expectations because this is the first season I'm watching from this show, and you know me, I love film noir, so I don't mind dialogue heavy shows. So I don't mind if there's not that much action in it.
And I don't mind dialogue heavy too if it's good and doesn't bore me. I mean, Tarantino is dialogue heavy. Oh, I love his stuff.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. It's 100% dialogue heavy. But I feel like you and I probably have different expectations. This is the first time I'm watching it, and you probably have already seen like most of what season 1 brought to the table, and sadly, what season 2 brought to the table.
Yeah. So I have actual stuff I can compare it to. You're kind of seeing it with brand new eyes.
Yeah. Did you actually watch all of season 2, right?
Yeah. It was bad. It was bad.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Is your mic just like trying to kill you? What the fuck?
No,
Kata.
No, it's not trying to kill me.
Just put your face right there. Kata.
No, it's the. So there's this thing. I mean, the cable, the XLR cable that came with this microphone, it's 25 feet long.
So wow.
I need to rest it somewhere.
It's like my fucking other headphones that came with a cable that's like 40 feet long. Like what?
Yeah, I don't know what I need to do with a 35 feet long cable. Like honestly, I'm not doing this isn't for films or anything where I need to be pointing the microphone somewhere. Like, this is just for podcasting. But hey, it's a great microphone. I love this microphone.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's a great microphone. But
yeah, I upgraded from the Blue Snowball to the Blue Yeti.
Honestly, I hear the difference.
Better.
And I hear the difference.
Once we figured out the gain part of it.
Yeah.
Why can I hear everything? I can hear space.
Yeah. Plus, you are in more of an echoed place, so you can hear. Sometimes you can hear like a little bit of like stuff bouncing off, and that's because your place is really echoey, and you can hear your wife in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't understand how you can pick up that, but the minute I go over here, you can barely hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, whatever. Microphones will be microphones. So that's First Impressions with True Detective Season 3. Tomorrow we'll see the new episode. Next live show, you'll probably hear some more of our thoughts, but I mean, it's all going to lead up to a review on the podcast, so it's fine. I was talking with Luis about, like, he says, I want to rewatch Game of Thrones, but I don't want to pay for HBO because the only thing I watch on HBO is Game of Thrones. And I was like, man, you should watch True Detective. But then I remember that
there's True Detective. The Night of is a great series that was on there. It was amazing.
I've been recommended that a lot, so much, Brad. It's like people constantly recommend me The Night of.
It's so good. Yeah, I think you would really enjoy it. It's kind of another noir piece in a way.
The other one they keep recommending me is what's it called? Barry. And
Barry's a funny comedy.
Barry,
a very dark comedy.
The Deuce.
So what? Vice Principals. That's a pretty funny comedy. And
Silicon Valley also.
Silicon Valley. I don't know if you'd like Silicon Valley. I mean, it's a comedy, but it does have its slowness to it.
The one that I have been recommended a lot is The Deuce. The Deuce is the 60s porno stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Boogie Nights, and that's mostly a movie about pornography.
Matt Wahlberg.
Yeah, the only movie that I like that Mark Wahlberg's in.
Matt Wahlberg.
Yeah. It's not a straight up porno, guys. By the way, it's a movie about the '60s pornography revolution. But it's Paul Thomas Anderson at his best. So to be honest, I'll watch anything from Paul Thomas Anderson. But yeah, I've heard The Deuce is really good. It has James Franco in it as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Plus, Sharp Objects was pretty damn good. Apparently, I'm gonna get to watch that soon. But the 3 shows there right now that I'm kind of following heavy are Westworld, Game of Thrones, and True Detective on that platform.
Oh yeah, Westworld. I mean, it's $15 a month, which to me is kind of pricey for HBO, but they have quality programs.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm losing out on my money.
We're gonna get The Watchmen, so there's another show that I'm gonna want to watch it on there. So.
And from the short little clip we see, and it looks great. It's what I think they should have done with the movie, honestly.
Yeah, and there's no knock on the movie, man.
The movie was good, but
yeah.
It's just like The Dark Tower. I'm just like, it's too much stuff to pack into a 2 to 3 hour movie.
Yeah, it's really hard for you to adapt Watchmen 100% correctly. Yeah. Because it's a very, very out there book.
And I'm really hoping The Watchmen does well. That way they jump in and they create the Sandman.
Because Sandman 100%. I was thinking that today, actually, because I was remembering the Far From Home trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, if they could make a Sandman series based on the novella, oh my, like that would be.
Because that's a very long story, just like The Watchmen.
It's also very dark, dude.
Yeah. So if HBO, I think if this does well, HBO, you heard it here first. That HBO,
get your hands on Sandman, please.
Exactly.
Like, I think that would be so well, dude. I think they would make that well made show, and I've been dying for them to adapt that novella.
And I was really hoping HBO would get their hands on Dark Tower, because I think they would, based on the Game of Thrones, they would do it right. Yeah. So Amazon has a hold of it, which, they have a hold of the Lord of the Rings one too. So I'm really hoping they do it justice.
Yeah. I I can't wait to see what they would do with Dark Tower, because I know that that's the format that Dark Tower should live in.
Well, yeah, it's a big ass long series of books.
It's 7 books.
Huge, huge. And I've read everything except the newest one, The Wind Through the Keyhole, I think is what it's called. I've read every one of them except that one, which came out after everything. And, it's one of my favorite book series. So there was no way. I got really excited for the movie, and then I read it was only it was less than 2 hours, I think.
That's what happens when you try to cram 7 books into a 2-hour movie.
Exactly. It's not going to work.
It's exactly what, I mean, come on. The Lord of the Rings wouldn't have worked if it was only one movie.
No. I mean, you could have done The Hobbit, in my eyes, in 2 movies.
Yeah, but
The
Hobbit, we don't like to talk about that. I think the first one is literally them just walking.
Well, that's what Lord of the Rings is.
Well, not really.
Walking.
I like the second and third Hobbit movies. I'm not a big fan of the first Hobbit.
I think you could have probably done the Hobbit in 1 or 2 movies. I don't think you needed all 3 of those.
But whatever Peter Jackson wants, Peter Jackson will get.
Except for that last movie was his.
Mortal Engines. Yeah, that's not really directed by Peter Jackson. It's produced by Peter Jackson. I don't even think it's written by him, but
it got no one went and watched it.
I think that there was just not that much marketing.
No, really. I mean, Bumblebee apparently had more marketing at the airports.
That was when you go to the airports, man. Sounds like you go to the airports. Yeah. But hey, who can deny you want to go watch a big ass robot and shit? Come on, man.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch Mortal Engines probably when it comes out on Amazon to stream. But yeah, it didn't really make me want to go see it in theaters, even though it did look pretty cool.
It looks like a cool concept.
But we all know how concepts have been going. If they aren't sequels or remakes.
Yeah, I want to get Bad Times Blu-ray one of these days, and
I think that's gonna be my next one after I watch Shape of Water. I'm gonna rent that one and buy it.
By the way, HBO puts on some really good movies on there. Sometimes like I had a little crack at there. Like I think Split was on there for a good amount of time. They also have Phantom Thread, Shape of Water, Blade Runner 2049 is on HBO, by the way.
I actually had to buy Split because they didn't have a rent option.
You serious?
Yeah, Amazon didn't have a rent option, so I bought it for $10 because I'm like, well, Raul says a good movie. I mean, why not?
Yeah. I've been reading a lot of spoiler free, at least Glass reviews, and it's still not looking good, bro.
Well, from what I've seen, it's like half and half. I mean,
my
guess is it's going to be slow, like Unbreakable. That's where I think it's going to fall.
It wouldn't be classic M. Night if it wasn't like half and half.
Well, and there's some people who just don't like twist endings. Yeah. That's what M. Night's all about.
When it's the constant thing you need to pull in, like Split didn't need the twist ending for me. Because, like, I already was really liking the movie.
Because the movie was really good, but I did like the concept that you figured out this is in the same world as Unbreakable, which was totally, like, out of the blue.
Yeah, but if you're kind of, what's it called,
Were you just twisting the microphone's nipples? What were you doing?
No, I was trying to pick it up more, but I remember that this is all that it goes up to.
The microphone's nipples.
Shut up, Brad. Shut up. When you have to rely on your twist ending to save your film, that shows that there's a lot wrong with the way you're making your film.
Yeah. I mean, although Unbreakable, I did enjoy, but definitely not as much as Split, just because Unbreakable was slow as fuck.
And like I said, there's things about Unbreakable that I like more about Unbreakable than Split, like the score. I fucking love the score.
Score is amazing. There's some scenes in there where the cinematography is just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the same thing in Split in a few, but I think Unbreakable just had some moments like where that rain is just hitting the cover of the pool and you just see Bruce Willis's face with the oh shit face and it's just pouring down as he's going down. And it's just like, that's a perfect shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if M. Night can do better than that.
Yeah. Plus, Split doesn't have a Mr. Glass type of character to overshadow Kevin in Split.
Yeah.
Even though that the Casey, the one played by Anna Taylor-Joy, her character is really interesting, but at the same time, it's not a Mr. Glass type of dynamic.
No, it definitely does not overshadow, especially the Beast character.
No, the Beast is something else.
Which you don't see until like the last 20 minutes of the film.
Yeah. But I mean, we're probably going to see more of it in this next one. But yeah, hopefully Glass is as good as I hope it's going to be. But I don't know what to expect.
And, like we always said, you can listen to the opinions of others, but until you go and see it, you can't form your own.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, listen to critics. Don't listen to critics. It doesn't matter. Just go support the movie, watch it in theaters, and then make your own opinion for yourself.
Unless it's True Detective Season 2, because that was shit.
And unless it's Venom.
Now, Venom, if you like to watch bad movies and laugh at them, Venom is a good entertainment choice. It's not a good movie. I don't understand
who goes and spends money to watch a shit movie.
Apparently, like $800 million worth of people. So I don't know. It's like The Meg. Like I didn't even go see The Meg, but a lot of people did.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Look. Excuse me. I spent money to watch Tomb Raider. I did not like Tomb Raider. Did I go back and watch Tomb Raider? Did I buy Tomb Raider? Hell no. Once I watched it, that was enough.
Well, yeah, I'm not going back watching Venom. I mean, I'm not going back and watching Death Note on Netflix. Tell you that. Well, not the animated live action one.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to watch Venom anytime soon unless you guys magically get us to 100,000 likes. 100,000 listens in like a week. Then I will magically buy Venom and do a commentary for y'all. But in the meantime, I'm not watching that shit.
I think if we get up to 100,000 at any time, we should do a commentary, just because I think it would be hilarious.
It also gives
it'd be you like whatever that other movie we watched. You just ripped into it. You're just like all angry and shit. It was probably Death Note. Probably
no, it wasn't Death Note. We didn't review Death Note. Was it? Oh, Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Yeah. You just get to hear me in the moment as I'm watching the movie and just like, oh, this is fucking terrible. All right. But I mean, yeah, it would also give a nice little sneak preview of the goal that we're working towards on the Patreon. Because at $125 a month, we're going to start doing like commentaries only for patrons. Only for patrons. Yeah. But I got one last piece of news. I told you that there was more developing on the Ghostbusters front. This reboot. By the way, Brad, I was the guy who is Scott McNairy. No, not McNairy. I'm sorry. The director for this movie.
Scott McEwen.
Yeah. What's the name of this guy again?
Hopefully it's Scott.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna listen to this shit anymore because this is from somebody from We Got This Covered did this, and I've heard that that's a really shady site.
Huh?
Yeah. Well,
Slim Shady?
It's not Slim Shady, Brad.
Who's the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Please stand up.
Hold on, man.
Hold up. We're gonna rock it to the wheels fall. We don't.
Jason Reitman. Jason Reitman.
How did you not remember that?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Jason Reitman, who's directing this movie, his father was the original director of the Ghostbusters.
Well, that's kind of...
How does that change your mind?
Cool. That's kind of cool.
How does that change your mind now, dude?
It still doesn't change my mind because I don't think you need a fucking Ghostbusters movie. It's just another fucking reboot.
Yeah, well, apparently it's a sequel to the second movie.
So basically, you're gonna just show me younger characters and have Bill Murray flash his face in there for like 10 minutes.
Apparently, and this is what I was reading on the article, which I don't want to really cite it because I've heard that this source is really discreditable. But apparently, they're going to bring back the original cast, the ones that they can bring back, and also introduce some new Ghostbusters in there.
Yeah, so they're gonna bring in a new cast and have Bill Murray show his face for 10 minutes. At this point, I'd rather have a reboot of Groundhog Day.
Yeah. So apparently, the main characters of the film will be young kids. Seem to like the first of what. It's all unconfirmed, of course, but in the case unconvinced, just enough with the share of the rest of the class. So here we go.
You know how you'll get me to enjoy another Ghostbusters movie, a reboot? You make it a 21 Jump Street version with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, and I will watch the shit out of that.
And apparently it's gonna be so. Apparently the cast from the first one will come back.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. And apparently 4 teenagers will be the new Ghostbusters too. Oh man. I don't know, dude.
I'm telling you, just make it like I was kind of looking forward to the Men in Black 21 Jump Street kind of mix, just because Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, and sounds like just a fucking crazy time at the movies. Do that. Do a 21 Jump Street mix with Ghostbusters.
But apparently that 21 Jump Street and Men in Black thing is completely dead.
Yeah, I know it's dead because they came out with Men in Black, the new version with Hemsworth. But like I'm saying, if you did a 21 Jump Street and Ghostbusters kind of mix up and have Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill in that shit.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a lot more interesting than having to reboot or give us a sequel to the first and second Ghostbusters.
Because I'm telling you how it's going to go. You're going to get these new characters. You're going to have Bill Murray show his face for 10 minutes. That's all you're going to get. It's going to be kind of like Zombieland, but not as good.
Yeah. Plus, Bill Murray's working with Sofia Coppola on a new movie, so I don't think he's going to be shooting this for a while. Plus, This is going to be released in 2020, so production needs to start soon.
Yeah, so he's not going to be in the film for long at all.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Look, man, I already said my thoughts on this on last episode? Today's episode that came out? I don't care about another Ghostbusters movie. I don't care. We need to finally move on. Just like we realized that we don't need to reboot the Back to the Future. Don't fuck with Ghostbusters. It's over. It's over.
I mean, the 80s babies got what they wanted, so leave it alone.
Yeah, like...
You're destroying my childhood to sell some fucking toys.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to sell some toys, just make an animated series or a web show.
And I would be totally fine with that. I mean, new animated Ghostbusters, totally fine with that. Go for it.
Have teens, have women, have men in there. Have like a big ass Ghostbuster teams with all age groups and all genders. I don't care. But please, just end it with these movies, because it's honestly tiring.
Yeah, and I mean they're not hot sellers, so it's
not the 80s anymore. It's not the 80s.
No, it's not.
It's not.
And you're not gonna get what you had back in the day with Bill Murray and that cast. You're just not gonna get that same dialogue or relationship or performances. You're just not.
Just concentrate on making original films already, man. Like, I don't need these movies. Like, the 80s went and they came and they came and gone already. The movies from those times, leave it. Like, just stop trying to constantly remake these movies, because honestly, you're probably not gonna make as much money as you did the first time.
And I mean, if you do a reboot, don't make one from the 80s or later. Like, go back and bring some classics that, will get people to watch it. Then they'll go back and watch the classic one.
Like Mowgli. It's not a reboot. It's a reimagining of a very classic film in the Jungle Book. Done great. You know what does need a reboot? X-Men and Fantastic Four. We're going to get that. That needs it. But we don't need a fucking reboot to the Ghostbusters. It's just... And also, I think the next movie that's being rebooted is Final Destination. Those Final Destination movies are being rebooted by the Saw writers. Like, who needs that?
My God, and Final Destination it's definitely not been Final Destination, because if it was true, it'd just be one fucking movie.
I don't know, man.
And I don't even know how Saw continued on for like 9 movies, because they killed the main dude off in like the 3rd one or 4th one.
I don't remember.
Like just stop. Just stop. I mean, if you want a true Saw movie, just have Raul in the bathroom for 4 days.
Actually, I wasn't taking so long. I was trying to figure out the thumbnails for this live show, asshole. I'm gonna go over to your house. I'm gonna disconnect your stupid Ethernet port, so that way you could start interrupting like crazy.
Glitching again.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I messaged Brad yesterday, like, hey, you want to play some Destiny or something? He's like, I'm cooking. And I asked him if after, and he never answered.
Well, I never saw it, because after that, we were watching...
Shape of Water.
We were trying to watch Shape of Water, and that didn't go very well. And then I tried to get my little sister to watch Solo today, and she's like, nah, I don't like Star Wars. I'm like, you little shit.
How?
I don't know.
How?
I don't know. I mean,
Can
I watched Solo again. I still love that fucking movie.
I would be really interested in having your sister watch Solo as somebody who doesn't care about the Star Wars franchise and who does not have preconceived notions of The Last Jedi. Watch it and give a review on the show.
I mean, she wouldn't watch it when I asked her, so you probably not getting that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that would be interesting because, like, somebody who doesn't have preconceived notions about Last Jedi, so whether they liked it or not, I feel like her review would be a little bit more genuine than...
Me and Brenda actually had a really good conversation on Unbreakable, but she hasn't seen the movie in forever either.
Forever, yeah. Still need to watch Labyrinth so we can review with her, but I'm not getting to that anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what movies does your sister like, Brad?
I don't know. She watches Fairy Tale.
So she likes anime.
She likes anime, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Then
and right now she's watching some stupid show.
Does she listen to the Weeb Core?
No, because I'm not gonna. She's only 15, so I'm not gonna force her into that.
That monstrosity or what?
Especially when we're on the episode.
No, we're not on the episode all the time, but hey, you can tell her like, hey, you can listen to the podcast we have on the feed. Like, send some hate mail to Alex. You really?
Yeah. If you hate what we're saying now, just send it to Alex because he really just wants hate mail.
theweebcourse15@gmail.com.
Yeah. So if you hate whatever we say in any of our episodes, just send the hate mail directly to Alex. He'll be taking all those. Because honestly, me and Raul don't give a shit.
I'm probably not going to read your email.
Probably not going to read it. Probably just going to delete it.
I love this one video that I saw on Instagram from Sarah Beatty, like comedian on Twitter and stuff. Honestly, she should get an award for like best Twitter account because she's fucking hilarious. And she put on a video on Instagram, she goes, so I've been asked recently a lot of things about my life. So how about you leave a question in the comments and I'll completely fucking ignore it.
Exactly.
Fucking bursted out laughing. I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
My reply to all that is, if you don't like what we're making, don't watch it, and make your own.
I think if you disagree with what I say about movies, I think that is the beauty of cinema.
Yeah,
that we're able to have a conversation, agree or disagree on movies.
But I'm not gonna go in the comments all anonymous and be like, oh, you fat fuck, I don't believe with your shit, and be like that. I'm like,
fuck
no.
you fat Cajun fuck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can go and do that. I'm not gonna give a shit though.
You didn't like The Last Jedi? You liked The Last Jedi? Fuck you, man.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man. I just want to, like, one of these days, I think I'm gonna change my bio and I'm gonna put I love The Last Jedi.
Hashtag love The Last Jedi.
I love The Last Jedi.
Or hashtag Kathleen Kennedy forever.
Kathleen Kennedy, yeah. Kathleen Kennedy, yeah. Honestly, if we ever get to the point where we can have Rian Johnson or Kathleen Kennedy on an episode, I want to, just to see how many fanboys would get mad. Like, how dare you have the man who fucked up Star Wars? How dare you?
And I'll be like, I just wanted to talk about Brick with them.
I want to talk about porgs, man.
I just want to talk about Brick. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's just great. I love it. But sadly, we have not gotten somebody who had.
You've seen Brick, right?
Brick, of course, dude. It was part of
Yeah,
my film noir class.
that's like a kind of modern noir.
Yeah, that's part of my film noir class. So.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I watched it. I said that we have not had the pleasure to get, like mean comments or people tweet us mean things because of our opinions on film. But when it happens, I'm just gonna ignore it.
And I'm just gonna be like this, and then I'm gonna go back to podcasting.
Unless we count, what's his name? Logan? Was it Logan? The one who was telling us about Wonder Woman and how I'm wrong that Wonder Woman is not better than Man of Steel?
Yeah, you could leave bad comments, or you could mansplain shit to us. But I'm just gonna come back and troll you.
You could mansplain me things about.
I think I broke him because like after one comment, he just stopped.
Like I had to explain to you, dude. I read a lot of Wonder Woman comics. I know a lot of the things about. I knew the reason I was hyped when they said Cheetah was the villain for Wonder Woman 1984 because I read comics from Cheetah. The Cheetah was in.
But did you know she got her powers from an evil plant?
Yes, I know she got it from an evil
plant. Evil ghost plant.
Oh my god!
Like, dude, like, yeah, I know evil plants, and then I sent him a picture of that one fucking. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Oh my god!
I'm like, I know about evil plants, bro.
All right. Well, I think this is a good place to stop because I think we're finally done here, guys. As always, it's a pleasure doing these shows. We're back. So
Are we doing it weekly now, or is this still bi-weekly?
No, it's still bi-weekly. We'll be seeing because we took a long break from these shows because of internet purposes. Seymour.
Seymour.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. This will go back to bi-weekly, and we will have we'll see how the video format works. But that was just something on my mind that I've been wanting to do. And if it doesn't work out, we'll get to it in year 3 and start filming, start doing better video. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you so much for listening to the audio version, watching the video version, watching on stream. Thank you so much.
And send your hate mail to Alex if you don't. Send your hate mail to
Alex. Punk Mouth, episode 1. Punk Mouth Radio, episode 1. That is powered by the Nerdcore, amped up by the Nerdcore, whatever you want to talk, what do you want to say about it. Coming out for Monday, I believe, from Thaddeus and the gang. We will be linking it on the personal Twitter, on the Instagram, on the podcast Twitter. It doesn't matter.
Ooh, are we gonna make an edit for that?
Yeah, you don't have to make an edit for it, but I mean, let's just promote. Okay. Unless you really want to make one.
I like making edits.
Yeah. So
I need to make one for our last episode.
Yeah, Thaddeus is going to do something really cool with that. Can't wait to listen on Monday. If it's not on Monday, I will let you guys know. But the way it's going down, that's going to be something real cool. And hopefully we get to have the Punk Mouth crew on a live show. On the live show.
Cool,
that should be really fun. But as always, make sure to...
and when do the Mexa Gamers drop?
Monday?
For Patreon only?
Patreon only at the $10 exclusive podcast tier at www.patreon.com/thenerdcore.
Now here's my other question for that role. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have political talk in that? All the talk you want in that?
No.
Or are we still keeping that kind of sideline?
I think that it will only. That's a really good thing, Brad. I think only political when it has to come down to if it is affecting the culture right now.
Okay.
But like, will I constantly bring political talk into it? No. But I mean, I think this episode we're talking about mostly like Latin trap music and all that stuff. And
Bad Bunny.
I have a segment called Tamales season has ended and my depression has started.
No.
Yeah. So So basically, I'm doing a bunch of shit on that show and basically talking about growing up and stuff like that. So that show I will give you all. I think we're gonna put the first episode on Patreon and on Anchor to show you guys what it's all about. See if you guys can come and listen to it.
Now, if you do have a segment asking why Menudo is so delicious, will you have me on?
Well, yeah, because you're the only one who enjoys that shit. I don't get it.
I'm like a true Latino when it comes to food. I will eat all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for listening. As always, you can go support the other shows by listening to the Gamercore, the Weepcore, the Nerdcore podcast show, Nerdcore podcast, the Nerd Chicano show. Lots of new shows coming out. I mean, on the Patreon side, you have the mini pod, Patreon exclusive show. That's for the $2 tier. Then you have Alex's Bad Movie Club. That is on the $10 tier. And coming soon, we have Punk Mouth with its own feed. That's its own feed. And then we have the Impaired Files coming to the Nerdcore podcast feed. But that'll be first week of February at least. So we have a lot of stuff coming, guys. It's gonna be a fun time. The Impaired Files will be monthly at the moment, and then if I see a big viewership, we'll kick it into overdrive and we'll do bi-weekly. Basically, the way we're running this baby right here is the way I'm gonna be running the Impaired Files. But I already have a list of potential guests that I want to do, and I just gotta book them. But that one's gonna be more of like a sit-down, long form interview, talk about their career, their life, their future and stuff like that. But as always, you can follow us on Twitter at the Nerdcore _, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Facebook page, the Nerdcore Pods. Make sure you follow our wonderful $15 patron, Grayson Barker 98, Grayson Barker 98 on Instagram, Warlord Hitman 98 on Twitter. He's an executive producer of this show because he is a $15 patron. Thank you so much, man. You are wonderful.
Pins and stickers are on the way.
The pins and stickers are on their way. Yes. I just need to get something in my email to finally order the stickers. But the pins are on the way at least.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And hopefully we get some new music here soon for the Game Records.
Yeah, the Game Record. The only shows that need music are the flagship shows, which are Nerdcore, Gamercore, Weebcore, and the Nerd Chicano show. That's it. The 4 big shows that we have on this feed, those are the ones that get...
And 2 of them already have music, so
yeah,
we're halfway there.
Yeah, 2 of them already have music. The Weeps just haven't made up their mind yet on what they want.
I'm telling you, just not even music. Just throw in like screaming fangirl in the beginning entrance. That's all you need.
All right. It's been a wonderful time here at the Nerdcore Live Show. As always, you know, you're a wonderful people. Make sure you follow Brad at Random Germ everywhere. Me at the Nerd Chicano on Twitter and Instagram. Don't
Random Germ 101 to you.
Yeah, don't add me on Facebook. I'm not gonna accept your friend request. It took Brad almost 5 months to accept mine.
Yeah, I had to think about it really hard.
Yeah, it's not like he posts anything either way.
No, I'm really not on Facebook.
No, I don't.
I'm on Facebook. I'm old and all, so I have a Facebook account, but I just don't post on it.
I post things, but that one's for my family and I, so I can keep in touch with people that I don't talk to all the time. But
I talk to you all the time, so I don't know why I need to post anything for you.
Yeah. Sadly, Brad. Yeah. Whatever, guys. You'll be listening to us. Look. Today's Saturday. You get the Nerd Chicano show tomorrow, and you get on Monday the news. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go watch. Gonna finish the last 2 episodes of Game of Thrones season 4, and then watch some Punisher. But in the meantime, we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much. Brad, send them to the podcast void.
All right, Raul. Thank you for being the host as always. Thank you to all our viewers, listeners, whoever you are. Thank you to all our supporters on Patreon. Truly appreciate it. Over 22,000 listens. That is dope. And I guess in the future episodes, secure the bag, Raul. Young Yoda out.